Alright guys, I know it's been a little bit. This weather's just kind of kicking my butt, honestly. Just this, I'd rather have it either 20 degrees and freezing or 60 degrees out. This like 45 and raining just hurts my bones. I gotta start breaking this down. About the turbos, I'm still gonna eventually get mine done, but I had a guy hit me up that has 15 Gs, and I think I'm gonna get those. If the lag's that bad, I'll have mine machined to 13 Gs like I planned on doing. I don't know if any of that footage will be in here. I'll probably just start from here at the beginning of the video. I started taking stuff off, you know, I got like the horn out of or the alarm out of the way, and all this shit over here, the power steering pump. And this has been soaking probably 4 days in degreaser. I'm gonna start just taking all this off, and I'm gonna get everything sandblasted. My buddy's got like a little booth, sandblast all these brackets, and I'm gonna get rid of everything I don't need. I'm gonna try to tuck all of this stuff. I don't want to see anything. I just want to open the engine bay and just see engine. And then I don't know if I talked about it before in the last video, but I think I'm going to try to paint the engine bay to match the wheels. What do you guys think about that? What if you popped the hood and it was just like that light silver? What if you just opened up the engine bay and the whole engine bay was that? What do you guys think about that? Or should I just go flat black? Or should I just keep it red? But that's going to be the plan of the day. Start taking this all out. I got to break this down. This has got to go. This is supposed to go last week and I haven't even touched it. I gotta get this transmission off. Well, I gotta get these arms off, get these axles out of here. I think I'm just gonna pull the whole control arm off, disconnect the tie rods, and that should all slide out. And then I gotta, you know, take off the AC, which I'm just gonna throw away because I don't have AC anymore. I gotta get the alternator off, power steering pump off. I'm gonna start with this. I want to start with the engine bay. That's actually what I care about, but this is gonna be gone for a little bit. So the smart thing would be to do this and then have all the time in the world to do the engine bay where the engine's gone. Still gotta do the fuel pump. I gotta get injectors. I got a whole list of stuff I gotta get for this. But alright, I guess I'm gonna start taking these knuckles off. I could get this tie rod off and that lower ball joint, just leave that whole knuckle together with the axle. Just pull the axle out of the transmission. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, I'll throw you on my head, but if you can, I'm just gonna take this castle nut out, that nut out, and then just pick this all up as one, and this should pull straight out. I don't know how bad these are gonna be now. These were brand new, not even a year ago. But when I dropped the engine, I didn't put any stands under these and these popped out. So they're not really lined up anymore. They might need rebuilt, but they're not expensive to just buy new. So if they need rebuilt, I'll just get new ones. It's gonna suck. I really wish that table would have worked because I could have jacked it up and just stood here and worked on it. That was the plan of getting this. Hey, a little trick right here too. When you take these off, if you just hit these, you'll mess up the threads. Just put the nut back on. Put it on upside down so you don't mess up the castle nut part. See how that went? Hey, I was trying to cheat and leave the axle in the knuckle, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this wheel bearing nut out to get this whole spindle off. I was hoping I could just cheat, but I don't want to I could if I wanted to put a pickle fork in there, but I don't want to mess up that ball joint. That whole lower control arm, bushing, and ball joint's all literally brand new. Alright, I'm not going to hold the camera. This is the same as the tie rod. You just got to bend that cotter key out and get that castle nut off. Well, I blew that ball joint out. Should have took the whole lower control arm off like I was going to at the beginning. Might as well start using a pickle fork now. That thing is in there tight. Of course I wasn't recording. All I did was push it out of the way like upset, and it fell right off. That sucks so bad. These axles should just pop out. There's a little ring on the end of the spline that helps keep it in place, but you should be able to just pull it straight out. Sometimes I'll get a screwdriver in there. We're gonna see how it goes. Now there's a little seal around there you want to try not to mess up. Now you see that ring right there? That's what you're trying to force out. You just gotta like move it around and probably in different areas, and they should pop right out. But you see how I did it super gently and I didn't rip that seal? Alright, there's one side. I can't believe I ruined that. That's so stupid. That's what happens when you don't just take your time. Alright, let's do it all over again. Yeah, this side came off a lot easier. Literally did nothing different. I just figured I'd try it. If it didn't slide right off, I was gonna just take the whole control arm off. All I did was tap that once with the hammer and it came right off, like the other side should have. You pretty much just gotta get that axle apart. It comes apart right there. And then you're gonna have to unbolt that. I don't even know what that's called, but there's like a solid, it's kind of like a torque tube, but for only one side, I guess. I don't really know. That's gonna have to unbolt from the engine for the transmission to slide off. Alright, I ended up just unbolting that whole like assembly. This bolts to the engine, that goes into one side of the transmission. But this is supposed to come apart right here. This stays with the axle. This is like a female end, if I remember right. I really don't remember. And I kind of started scratching it and bending it. I didn't want to just bend the whole shit out of this whole thing, so I just took it all out. But if you're gonna replace yours, you gotta get that apart. I just don't remember how to do it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this like copper part comes with this axle. The other one's a male, but I'm pretty sure this is a male end and this is a female end on this side. So like I said, I just unbolted it from the engine, left it all together. I really don't know how this pulley tensioner works. It's like an old school one. I figured it was that nut right there that moves it up and down, because it's not one like a spring-loaded one that you like pull on like that. Like this, you just put a ratchet in there and pull that down. I actually might have to cut that belt and then figure out how to put the new one on. Alright, so this one isn't a spring-loaded one, but you just it's already all the way loose. It was all the way loose the whole time. You just loosen that up, loosen this up, and then it'll give you room to turn it. And you can just put a ratchet in there, tighten it up, or loosen it. It's so weird that it's all the way loose and it still doesn't come right off. This shit probably isn't even right. I need to get a regular balancer pulley too, with the rubber in there. This shit's probably just eating up them crank bearings. Why is everything so difficult? That needs to come all the way off anyways. I need that sandblasted and painted or powder coated. That's ridiculously ugly. You would think you'd loosen this up and the whole thing would slide down. That's not how it works. What, is it getting tighter? Maybe this is, you gotta tighten it to loosen it? I don't understand. I'm new. I don't know what to do. What movie is that from? Why don't you guys tell me what movie that's from? I'm new. I don't know what to do. He's got long hair. And he had to go steal that hunk of junk because his Hemi was in the shop getting a foot-shaped gas pedal. I don't know, let me try to figure that out. I'll bring it back. I'll explain it to you once I figure out. I'm sure there's a group of you just laughing at me. I really don't know what's going on with this. All I did was bottom out. Maybe they got it rigged up and it's just stuck in that spot, because I'm almost positive this is supposed to move with those threads. Maybe they broke it and they just got it jammed on the tightest way possible, or this is too small of a belt, because it hasn't changed tension at all. Damn, dude, that belt's old as shit. I wonder if there's a date on there. No. The lighting over here is so bad. I'm sorry, guys. That one, and that one, and it should fall off. I don't really see anything else. Alright, I thought I turned the camera on, but I actually turned it off. That power steering pump's really easy. It's just this right here, that, and that nut. Now I gotta figure out how to get this, well, I know how to get this transmission off. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it by myself. So there's the usual like bell housing bolts, you know, one there, one up there, one over there. But then you get over here and they flip around backwards. All right, I wasn't recording, but you know, you go through this hole to get that bolt out. Where'd it go? This is what was in there. That kid, I remember him telling me he just put a clutch in there. He just ran this bolt in. I've never even seen a bolt this messed up. This was like a fine thread. Like, see, there's the beginning of how the bolt used to be. And he just forced itself into it, whatever the hell that is. So this bell housing might be fucked. No, see, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, he just found this bolt and then shoved it in there. But see, that's how the transmission bolt's supposed to look. And that's how that one looks. So hopefully the transmission's fine and it just ate up this bolt. But this is a nice, good grade 8 bolt, so I doubt that's the case. I mean, if there's only one bolt bad on the whole bell housing, I don't know. Just fill that bitch up with Loctite before I put it in. No, I'm not using JB Weld. I know there's gonna be like 5 of you that are like, yeah, just fill that thing with JB Weld before you run it in there. You blow your clutch out, you'll never get it off. Alright, next day. Going to get all the bell housing bolts out and hopefully get someone over here to help me pull that thing off, because I'm not gonna be able to do that. And then I'm going to use the cherry picker, undo the motor mount bolts, and put that engine on the engine stand and get it ready to go out and get rebuilt. So there's all these brackets that you kind of got to take off. I didn't record it, but this bracket right here bolts on, it goes on there like this, goes into the transmission on the other side of the starter and to the engine block, and then I'm pretty sure the turbo mounts to that too. Oh yeah, I don't know if I showed this or not, but I think I talked about it yesterday, but I'm just now taking it off. There's that bracket right there that goes to the transmission to the block. You gotta get that off too. You see it like wraps around right there. Yeah, if you remember yesterday I found that one, this one that I took out was completely stripped. That one at least looks like it came from the car somewhere. This isn't even related to the car. It was a 19, just something he like went and bought at the store. When he did, the guy I bought this car from said he did the clutch. When he did the clutch, he must have just lost bolts and grabbed bolts from other things and just forced them in. I don't know, I guess just complaining about nothing. This is really stupid. Took the motor mounts off the subframe. All the bolts are out of the transmission. I was actually hoping it would have slid out by now. She's coming. Hopefully I can get her on the table before she falls off. Woo! It scared the fuck out of me. The fuck was that? Transmission's about to fall the fuck off. Do you see that? Fuck yeah. That's how you fucking work when you're cut in half. Woo! Hopefully that was on camera. Please, God, tell me that was on camera. I gotta check the footage, man. I really hope that was on camera. Woo! I'm so excited. I just watched the footage. That was slick. Man, I'm so excited about that. Like, I feel like I just like accomplished something great. You learn how to innovate when you're technically disabled. Oh yeah, before someone wants to complain and get all upset and think that they're gonna like report me to some special people, I got that all contained. Alright, it's not going anywhere. The drain's way over there. It'll all be soaked up and I'll scrape it out of there. It's not that much. So before someone sits there and is like, you got antifreeze going in your drain. And this side's perfectly dry. Nothing. Don't give me no shit. Alright, that might be the end of this video. Transmission's off. Engine's off. Subframe. It held up pretty good. For those of you that have been around, remember I sanded this all down to pretty much bare metal. Got a couple little spots right there that came through. I need to just get those bushings out, send it off and have it powder coated. But there it is. That was pretty nerve-wracking, but super sweet all at the same time. Nothing broke, no one died. I gotta clean up this antifreeze, and I will see you guys in the next video probably.
I'm willing to die for this shit. I'm ready to flip and end up in prison the rest of my life for this shit. So my mama ain't want me, she got an abortion, I end up surviving this shit.